Hey there, seventh graders, and welcome. Get ready because the explainer we're diving into today is essentially your ultimate real world survival guide to navigating information. We are officially launching into Unit 3 of your curriculum, Types of Nonfiction. And let me just tell you right up front, the skills we're about to unpack, they are definitely not just for the classroom. These are tools you're going to use every single day.
I mean, really think about it. You are literally bombarded with information all day long when you're scrolling through social media, watching a random news clip on YouTube, or even just listening to people argue in the cafeteria. How do you know who to actually trust? How do you know what's a solid, rock-hard fact and what's just someone's wild opinion? Well, for the next few weeks, I want you to step into the shoes of a real-world detective. Your main job is to figure out what's true, what's totally fake, and what's actively trying to manipulate you.
And that actually brings us to the core mystery we'll be investigating over the next 6 weeks. Our essential question for Unit 3 is this: how do nonfiction writers build credibility and influence readers? Now, credibility just means being trustworthy and believable. And influence, well, that's the power to actually change how you think or act. Our mission is to figure out exactly how writers pull this off or, how they sometimes try to fake it. So, here is our mission briefing map for today. First up, the suspects. Second, detective tools. Third, the misconception trap. And finally, a quick mission wrap-up. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the suspects, also known as the types of nonfiction. When most of us hear the word nonfiction, we instantly just picture a massive, boring textbook. But it's actually a huge category of writing, and there are several different forms of text we'll be interrogating in this unit. We've got biographies, memoirs, essays, articles, and arguments. And here's the thing. Each of these text types has a very specific primary purpose. Like, a biography's whole job is to inform you about someone's life written by someone else. A memoir, on the other hand, is written by the person themselves to share a specific, meaningful experience. An essay explores an idea. An article strictly reports facts. And an argument? Well, that's designed to persuade you to agree with the author. So here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Evaluating an author's true purpose is your very first job as a reader. If you don't know why the author wrote the text in the first place, you really can't properly evaluate what they're saying. Moving right along to Section 2, your detective tools. We're talking claims, reasons, and evidence. Okay, now that you know who the suspects are, you need your investigative tools to dissect these texts and weigh the facts. First up is the claim. A claim is the main argument or point a writer is trying to prove. I actually want you to use a visual analogy for this. Picture a table in your mind. The claim is the big, flat tabletop. It's a really broad statement, right? You can set things on it, it looks super impressive. But without anything underneath it to hold it up, it's basically just a piece of wood hovering in the air. It's going to fall flat on the ground. A claim absolutely needs support to stand up. Which perfectly brings us to reasons. The reason is the why. It's what explains or logically justifies that claim. Going back to our table analogy, reasons are the thick wooden legs holding up that tabletop. They provide the logical structure to the author's argument. If an author makes a super bold claim but gives you zero reasons, well, that table has no legs. It instantly crashes to the floor. But wait a second. Even a table with legs isn't totally stable yet, is it? What actually attaches those legs to the tabletop? Evidence. Evidence is the proof. We're talking hard facts, statistics, quotes from actual experts, the stuff that backs up the reasons. Evidence is the nails, the screws, the heavy-duty glue keeping the whole table from just collapsing when any pressure is applied. If an author gives you a claim on a reason but completely skips the evidence, you can basically just push that argument right over. Let's see how this all comes together in the real world. We're going to deconstruct this example live. Okay, the sentence is, school's start times should be pushed back to 9 a.m. because teens need more sleep to perform well. Right, detective, what is the claim here? The claim, our tabletop, is school start times should be pushed back to 9 a.m. That's exactly what the writer wants to prove. Now, what's the reason? The leg holding it up is right after the word because. Because teens need more sleep to perform well. But look really closely at this. Is there any actual evidence here? Are there any nails or screws holding it together? Nope, not at all. This is literally just a claim and a reason. To make this a truly bulletproof argument, the author would need to add evidence, like a direct quote from a sleep doctor or maybe a statistic showing that schools starting at 9 a.m. see a 20% increase in test scores. You've got to always look for the evidence.
Now, look, finding that evidence isn't always like searching for a needle in a haystack. Authors actually want you to understand their argument, so they leave visual clues all over the place. These are called text features. We're talking headings, bold print, captions under photos, glossaries, charts, and graphs. Guys, these aren't just pretty decorations on the page. They are literal signposts helping you efficiently locate key facts and understand exactly how the author's argument is built. A smart detective always checks the text features first to get the lay of the land before reading the whole text.
All right, Section 3, the common misconception, which I like to call the trap of opinion.
Okay, listen up, because this is without a doubt the biggest trap 7th graders fall into when reading informational texts and writing summaries about them. It's the trap of opinion. When your teacher asks you for a summary of an article, what they want is an objective summary. Objective means you're just giving the central ideas and the straight facts of the text. It means you absolutely must leave your personal opinions, your feelings, and your judgments entirely out of it. If you read an article about, say, school uniforms, an objective summary states the author's claims and their evidence. It does not say, I think this article is dumb because I like wearing my own clothes. As an information detective, you are reporting the strict facts of the case, just like a police officer writing an official report. You have to check your own feelings at the door if you want to accurately report what the text actually says.
And that brings us to Section 4, Mission Wrap-Up, looking ahead at your next 6 weeks.
So we have covered a ton of ground today. And hey, please don't look at this list as just another boring syllabus. I want you to frame this sequence as a checklist of mental superpowers you are going to unlock over this 6-week unit. Power number 1, you'll be able to quickly evaluate an author's true purpose. You'll know exactly what they want from you. Power number 2, you will easily distinguish claims, reasons, and evidence. You'll basically see the invisible table holding up their entire argument. Power number 3, you'll analyze text features to hunt down facts with lightning speed. And power number 4, you will be able to summarize texts objectively, proving you truly understand complex information without letting your own personal bias get in the way. So I want to leave you with this one final empowering thought. Learning to read nonfiction critically, it isn't just about passing your next 7th grade English test. Honestly, nonfiction literacy is your ultimate shield against manipulation. When you know how to spot a weak claim, when you naturally demand hard evidence, and when you can figure out an author's hidden purpose, no one can fool you with fake news or bad arguments in the real world. You are the one holding the power. So detective, are you ready to uncover the truth? Enjoy Unit 3 and keep analyzing.